What going on, everybody? Back again with another episode of The Talk. Here sitting down with the man himself, Shaza B. I never thought that I'd been here sitting down talking about, especially music. That come up on nowhere for me, to be, if I'm gonna be honest. So basically what I want to know is where exactly the love for music actually come from.
You know, it's a funny story. A funny story. So if you listen to my first song, Liming and Drinking, they got like a sample in the starting. Her name, I think her name is Miss Anne. Abrahams, I think her last name be. Well, she and her friend, they were, I guess, chilling on a Friday or whatever. And, you know, she said, yeah, we on the road, and we liming, and we drinking, we beer. And everybody, like, every Friday, people will be posting it on their status. Yeah. WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. And I make a joke with Wayne, Wayne Spanner. I tell him, if you make the rhythm, I gonna make the song. So, you know, but that's just me running off my mouth. I just being funny. So then Wayne come to work a day. He said, yeah, Shaza B, I got a beat. You ready or what? So look at me now. I was like, yeah, for sure, man, I ready. So now I like, boy, Ja, I can't back up now because I just make my mouth big. So I said, boy, I asked Wayne, help me to do it. And I asked Showtime, Harrison Herrera, asked him to help me to do it. It took maybe like 2 weeks. Yeah. Wayne was like, yeah, Shaza B, I ain't hearing nothing yet. I come in, I get in there, and yeah. I went by the studio twice, and it happened.
Wow, that was quick.
Really
that
fast.
was a quick hit,
really
honestly.
Fast, right? Especially for it being your first song. Yeah. How you feel about like how people receive it? Because we're hearing a song everywhere.
I'll be real with you, right? Like when I finished recording it, just like the song says liming and drinking, we actually was liming and drinking. So, you know, I was a little intoxicated. I went home and everything. And Herrera sent me the finished product. Not the finished product, but what I finished like recording. And I was like, boy, I wonder if this like people gonna like this song. And I sent it to Wayne, and he was like, yeah, I think the little kids gonna like it. So he like it's catchy. It's catchy. And then, boy, when he sent me the first take, I was like, boy, I got chicken skin when I listened to it. I was like,
wow.
Yo, I think this song gonna be good.
Yeah.
Sent me the second take, third take, because he took a while mixing and mastering and stuff. And then he sent it to Jen Saladin. Yeah. He sent it to him, and he messaged me. He was like, bro, that is a hit.
Yeah.
I was like, you for real, or you just saying that? Yeah. He's like, no, bro, that a hit. And then after release date, the song took a life of its own. Yeah.
I can remember I think the first time, I hear it before, but I believe the first time we hear it in a a party setting. Yeah. It was for Linaria, what you call that thing?
Oh, Sunkiss.
Sunkiss. Yeah. We hear from Sunkiss. And when that song come on, a bunch of people run up by the DJ, hanging on the table, throwing money, doing like that. It's when I say, boy, before you're like, boy, this song, but you want to hear it. You want to hear it in a club and see how people are going to react to it.
Yeah.
That was my first time actually hearing it. I was like, but the song, I'm going to ask you, who the song on? Who's singing it? Then you say Journal. I'm like, who? I said, no, man. I said, for real, who it is? You say Journal. I'm like, oh, okay. But I ain't familiar to know Journal into the music industry. And so I was really surprised. So when I hear Journal is the one who behind the song, I was like, who? That's Journal? Can't be. And then I hear them reference Shaza B. So I want to know where the name come from.
You know, it's funny that you asked that, right? Because the origin behind that is like a funny backstory. So in the early 20s, so 2011, 2012, you know, they had that big famous beef between Vibes Cartel and Movado. So they had the Gully and they had the Gaza. And what the original name for Gully, they used to call it Alliance. So I I never used to pick sides. I like both of the music. I am a music lover.
Yeah.
So I like Movado and I like Vibes Cartel. So when my friends, I'm like, oh, there's only Gaza. I listen to Gaza. Oh, this one listening. Oh, only Alliance. I listen to both. So originally I used to call myself the Shaza Man. I a combination of both.
Yeah.
So I listen to two of them.
Oh,
and
okay.
then the B, you know, people start to add the B in the back of it.
Yeah.
And I went with it from there. So Shaza B, that's where that come from. And then it stick. People just start calling me that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So they call you more Shaza B other than Journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't even know my real name.
I know.
Yeah. What was it like in the studio itself? Because you go in the studio, it's your first time in the studio. Mm-hmm. What a process was like?
So I get there. I had a few lyrics write down. So I was like, yeah, just jot it down, see how it sounds.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Start, singing low, low, low. He was like, bro, nobody gonna be able to hear that. He was like, you need to sing out, sing with feeling. I was like, okay. Did it. He was like, okay, good, now we there, and then he sang it the first time. So I think I did the chorus first. And then I decided I was going to write the verse after.
Yeah.
And I was like communicating back and forth with Wayne. He wasn't at the studio, but I was communicating back and forth with him about I should say this, I should write that.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't like that part, putting this, take that out, And so it took a while the first day.
Yeah.
But then the second day when I went back, it was like just to do like backups and ad-libs and stuff, But the first time, there's always, you're nervous.
Exactly.
You don't want to mess up and stuff.
Yeah.
But after that, it has come like natural, It'll come like natural.
I can imagine.
Music video coming soon?
No, for sure. That pending. That pending. Look out for that.
That's gonna be big. That's gonna be on point tell.
Right?
Yeah, that's gonna be on point tell. And then I see after that, I assume you get comfortable after.
Yeah.
Because you start performing.
Yeah.
Outside. What was like your first performance? How the feeling was before you even get to that? The performance.
My first unofficial performance was so when my song dropped on for Carnival, I wasn't here. I was in Bonaire. I went to Bonaire for vacation.
They were just hearing about it.
So everybody messaging me back and forth. They were like, boy, that song good. You doing road match? I was like, if they have road match, I would do it.
Yeah,
I would do it. But they didn't have it last year then. They did like a road match showcase. I tell Marlon, Hook.
Yeah.
I don't mind, I would participate. And I came back and I was by Club NV.
Yeah.
A lot of people on the island at the time, and they playing all the music for the summer and stuff like that. And they played the song the first time, and like, the reaction from everybody, and it was like, boy, DJ San Shay, he was playing.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, Shaza B, the people don't want to hear it live. So I there in my head, I like, boy, I never performed live before, and I kind of had stage fright.
Yeah.
Something like, cause like growing up, I was a little shy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. And that was the first unofficial performance. And
wow.
It got a lot to do with the energy, like the energy that people be giving back. Like sometimes people singing the lyrics louder than you.
Yeah.
And something like that. So then after a while, they get comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's how the first time was.
Yeah.
And then I performed for the road match showcase in a village. I had the first time performing with a live band. I think I performed with D Vibes band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my first time doing that. So it was a lot of getting used to for me because, like I say, I never did these stuff before.
Exactly. Exactly.
But it's a lot of coming out of my shell.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not really that type of guy. If I go out, I go out to have a good time. But I'm not the type of guy who won't, be in the spotlight like that. So now, now we're taking on a different role.
Yeah. I could imagine. How you? Because he mentioned that, like for example, a person will tell you, okay, I don't like this. I want to switch out for this. I don't like that. How important you think that is for people to actually be honest with you and tell you that, hey, okay, maybe this for this or
taking back feedback.
Exactly.
To be so real with you, right? Like people like Showtime, Face, Herrera, Daddy Wayne, even Saladin used to make music. He used to rap.
Yeah.
And like I feel like in Statia, sometimes you'd be so underappreciated.
Yeah.
And I am a type of person, I like all type of music.
Yeah.
I listen to all type of music. So at one point I listened to all of their songs.
Yeah.
So it's like now like for them to be in my company helping me. You know what I mean? It's like it's so strange.
Yeah,
but I try to take in everything, you know? Yeah, I try to take it all in. Yeah.
I could. You came with another song after.
Letter to Carnival.
Yes, Letter to Carnival. Let it come right. I think right after Carnival.
Yeah, right after.
What was the experience in that compared to the other song? Because now you're just more comfortable in it.
Yeah.
How that process was?
Okay, so this one was a little different. Gershon Herrera, he made a beat.
Uh-huh.
And then I went home, I listened to it a few times. And you know when you got Apple, you got iPhone,
Yeah.
you just write lyrics in your notes.
Mm.
And he got iPhone, I got iPhone. Saladin also got iPhone. So they got like this, they got this feature where you could share notes.
Mm.
So all of us sharing. So I write down this, he write down that, see how that fit, take that out, you know, and so all three of us work on our song together.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when I record that, I did that in one set, one take. I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're professional?
Yeah, I was just going to say he's a pro.
I know a lot of people, even me myself or other persons, you're saying the same thing over and over because it ain't sound this way or you mix up on a word or something. See, you do that straight through.
Yeah.
No,
Hats off to you for that for sure.
Sometimes, no, but we don't have those days in the studio. Sometimes, you're just trying to get this part right. You get a whole song right. But just to do this last part, you just can't get it. And you over and over and over. It'll be like that. But.
You didn't mention that you're as a person who will be behind the scenes more or less, that you don't like to be in the spotlight. Would you say when you say you was writing, would you say like you express yourself more in writing than more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like with my music, what I try to do is that I try to speak for the people, Because at the end of the day, I was one of them who in the parties and then if you enjoying the party.
Yeah.
So you speaking of your experience. So that a lot of my lyrics is like could be true stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. That it didn't happen to me, but it's relatable stories.
Yeah.
And I try to speak the truth.
Yeah.
So, the thing that I had.
I think that's what make it catchy for you. Okay, everybody could relate to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with liming and drinking beer. Anyway, I got some lime or everybody chilling, they always gonna have a beer. So that was really a good hit for you.
Exactly.
I see you have on your shirt, no handouts. I see the shirt somewhere, some people posting it. What is about?
This is from a guy in St. Martin. I guess the shirt represents like for the hustlers, Like he is a guy like if you message him, hey, I live Statia and I need something done, he gonna go and get it done, send it to the airport, get it over here for you. Like, so he meant with the shirts is like he would work hard for it first before he gets it for free.
Okay.
So no handout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I see they even got a song with it now too.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, I think something like that.
But just let me ask you if you had an affiliation with them or
okay. I didn't even know that.
So it's actually he created a merch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't bad at all. No handout.
No handout.
Yeah.
What
from music wise, you got anything specifically that you're working on, like now stuff that you're working on?
It's funny that you asked that because at this moment I'm working on an album.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 3 singles right now on YouTube. But I said, boy, St. Martin got Carnival coming up. Right now, I think Dominica Carnival supposed to be February, Trinidad is February. So I was like, boy, I want to really market myself and put myself out there.
Yeah.
So I want to do an album. I want to do music videos.
Yeah.
I want to do little live podcasts, shows, singing.
Nice.
So that's what I'm working on right now.
So basically, you're trying to get yourself out there as much as possible.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if it's something that you see yourself doing professionally long term.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you like it so much that you feel that it's something you want to really.
That way, after a while, you just get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And then you start.
Once you break that shell.
Yeah. It's like with kids, give a kid a bike, training wheels. After they get out of training wheels, you can't stop them.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But that's good to hear. That's good to hear that you want to do it professionally and you're trying your best to get out there. I assuming that you're taking your time and with your album and stuff like that because, like you say, you probably want to shoot some music videos and things like that. You got any specific thing planned specifically for music videos, or you're still in the process? Like, okay, I still deciding on how I'm gonna go about that.
Right now, I still just busy putting the songs together. You know, like I would say about 3 songs right now finished. But sometimes you just think it finished and then you hear it over again and you be like, I could change that. So it's like that.
So there's 3 brand new songs that nobody never heard.
Unreleased songs,
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But other than that, honestly, I kind of, you're happy that you find something, but I would have, because we grew up together, I know we know each other for a long time, I honestly would have never, ever, ever think that.
So you could see like it got a lot of hidden talent.
Exactly.
In general. And if you didn't tap into that, because you say it started off as a joke. Yeah. Right? And now we're coming to something serious, you know?
And the music ain't like, you know, sometimes people make music and like, okay. It ain't that. You could tell that you love the craft, you really want to think into something that you could hear it in the music itself. So,
but you see, but just like I tell you, right? Like I used to be in my shell. I got a funny way of putting it. I just say that I is a graduated shower singer. So you know, I
like how you say that.
I the type of guy who was sing in the shower, and I the only one to make it out of the shower. Then. Like that.
And you say like, for example, you always be in shell, used to be shy and stuff like that. But something had to hit you in order for you to be like, I actually want to go ahead and do this.
The feedback. The feedback. I don't get so much like people come up to me on the road, they'll be like, yo, I hear that song. Oh, you good. I was like, yeah, keep going. I'm like, but how you hear my song? You know, like, because it's like people who you don't think would listen to that type of music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Don't judge.
Right? I guess you don't judge. Because the radio and YouTube and stuff like that, they got power, like they reach out to people that you don't even know.
Exactly. Like I say, like you could be like you could watch certain things and say, okay, I have, for example, 100 views. One out of that 100 could be somebody who out there and really in between and mix it with the people and there's that one person can hear it and they be like, okay, I really gotta get behind this person and see X, Y, Z. You never know. You never know
for real.
You really never know who it is watching you.
And do you have like so you don't have any inspiration behind this, like a artist in the sense of okay, that's your style in music.
I look up to a lot of artists in the region, in the Caribbean, because you know, like we in the Caribbean, so soca music and stuff that we don't hear that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but for now, I would say that guys like Asa Bantan, Cass, Marshall Montano, Michael Teja, Trilla, Shelly, and those guys. I look up to them a lot. You know, like sometimes I would be like on YouTube, so I subscribe to Cass's page. Yeah. He releases a song today. Then he releases a song tomorrow. Yeah. Boy. And I'm like, yo, these guys so busy. They're busy. And just like you say, it ain't like they releasing music like, just to release music. Like they actually good.
Exactly.
So did you watch the Cass? I think we watched it on where you say you wanted to be like more intimate type of setting. NPO music, is it?
The NPR, that's Marshall Montano.
Oh.
NPR, Alive.
I saw that one.
I remember you mentioned that you would like to be able to do those as well.
Yeah, that's a goal right now. I set a lot of goals for this year, like I want to accomplish. Like the album is one, and I want to start getting booked overseas. Because I told Wayne about this, that I feel like if St. Martin and St. Kitts and Dominica, because everybody know like right now, Dominica, they boom on music. They have they hype everybody behind it right now. Yeah. So I was like, so why from Statia? Why we can't do that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? They had the Caribbean Music Awards late last year.
Yeah.
And Dominica won so much awards and Trinidad won so much awards. Why we can't do that? Yeah. Why we can't win those?
I was actually surprised how Dominica is in music for Drew.
Yeah.
Lately hearing that a lot. Yeah.
Big. Anyway, you turn anything, everybody.
It's not that you're downplaying them, but it's just like
no, but you're right.
You're seeing light shedding on it, just like how you didn't used to hear so much Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now I'm seeing like Dominican music is turning into that too.
But they blowing up. They blowing up right now.
Yeah.
And who on the island, like, is artists you really want to collaborate or does inspire you from here yourself on the island?
I feel like we're so talented on this island, right? Like, I grew up listening to Ziggy, Face, Mega at one point. He used to make music. Beggars and Showtime. I don't want to leave nobody off, like. But I want to work with anybody. Like I don't pick and choose.
Yeah.
If I don't know if she still are doing music, but let's say Loca, Shorty. I actually got a project coming out with Shorty.
Yeah?
Yeah. I forgot to mention that I got a project coming out with Shorty. Yeah, we got a song coming out together. I might put down an album too. But yeah, so anybody who just do music, I'm willing to work with anybody. But I really want to work with Face, Big Shen, and them. Because, we making music in the same field.
Yeah.
So I want to, make music with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know internationally and also locally.
Yeah.
Who you would like to work.
Got enough?
Yeah.
We got
I'm trying to link it with the one with the international, because he was talking about people who he listen to.
Yeah, I know the name
so
for sure.
I think maybe after I talk about who I would want to work with internationally.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Maybe put on my hand. Yeah, go.
So who would you like to, because you mentioned locally, but who would you like to work with internationally?
The list so long. Like all guys like Ridge, Pudas, Asa Bantan, Kess, Marshall, Michael Teja, Nyla.
Wow.
They're so big, but
you never know.
If I reach out and they will be like, oh yeah, I would do that. I would jump on that right away.
Yeah.
Even regionally, like right in St. Martin, King James and those guys.
Yeah,
I'd work with them. Yeah.
Good.
You never know. You just never know.
You never know, right?
Exactly.
But you know that July, Ridge and them was here, and he saw me. He was like, something about a song, and I was like, oh yeah, that was me. I do that song. He was like, yeah. He was like, but you doing music for a long time? I was like, oh no, that was my first song.
Wow.
So he was like, but that song really good.
Yeah.
For like your first time. And he was like, Tiwa from the Jam Boys band. We used to work with him. So he was like, I should work with Tiwa and do some projects. Yeah. But I actually have a project coming out with Tiwa too.
Wow.
I tell you, I'm so busy, with the album, and then maybe they got songs that don't make the album, but they're gonna be singles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm working with T.Y., working with Rastani, working with Snoopy, Fanate, everybody, any producer out there. If you making beats,
they got you.
Shout your beats out to me, and I gonna see what I can make out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Yeah, we got them?
We got it now. I think we got it.
We got it. Yeah.
I think we got all and
just
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a way to.
Sometimes it'll just be the afterthought.
Yeah. I think I want to switch gears just a little bit. What is it like? Because now he's a father. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
What were the experiences like when you finally had your daughter?
To be real, I wasn't ready for that yet. Like, it wasn't like a planned pregnancy, like, okay, let's go make a baby. It wasn't like that. Like my girlfriend at the time told me that, yeah, she's pregnant. And, I had mixed emotions about that.
Yeah.
And, it's a funny story, She gonna watch this podcast, she's probably gonna laugh. From the moment that we went to the doctor visit and everything, I said, yeah, I got no boy. I got no boy. And I used to talk to her belly all the time. And I said, if I got a boy, I will name him D'Angelo. So I used to talk to her belly all the time, you know? And I'm like, boy, I'm not feeling any kicks, and I'm not feeling any kicks. And then when we had the gender reveal, it's a true story. I had a gender reveal. So like they had like a basketball rim, cause you know like I had to play basketball in like, free time and stuff. So I had to like throw the ball, and when it busts, the color will come out.
Okay.
When it come out pink, like I swear my heart would break like in a million pieces. Like, I swear, like I cry, I stay up the whole night. You know, like I'm like, boy, I was so sure that it was a boy.
What made you feel so?
Okay, I'll be real. When we went to the doctor visit, her cousin went with her. Her cousin was planning the gender reveal. So her cousin was like, but what a father want? And she was like, ask him, no? I was like, I want a boy. But she was like, but then what we doing that gender reveal for if you know? So I was like, then I know. I know. She was like, boy, then to see that is like, you know? But yeah, then when she was born, and she born in Curso Hospital. But when you hold a child for the first time, it's like a life-changing experience. Like, they ain't got nothing in the world could like compare to that feeling. You know?
Exactly.
And it's almost like you had to go through a transition. Like from a boy to a man, right there, I'd feel like an outer body experience right there. It's like, boy, like you a father now. And you know, I just been in that mode ever since, you know.
And I know that I say like when men and they have daughters and stuff like that. I mean, just put it straight up. Your daughter usually would walk over you. Let me put it that way. Is it the same thing for you?
You know, I'm not ashamed to say it, you know. I had a soft parent. You know? My girlfriend more aggressive with her, but me, I had a soft parent. So she gonna come to me, daddy, I want this, daddy, I want that. And yeah, she most likely gonna get it with me, you know. I had a soft parent.
But growing up, what kind of parenting did you have? Did you have like a soft approach to you, or you had more like strict?
Okay, so my dad is from St. Kitts, and my dad never lived here before. So I grew up with my mom and her husband at the time. So I was more like a mommy's boy, you know. But my mother wasn't tough on me though. My mother, thinking about it now. My mother wasn't soft on me at all. So yeah.
So where do you think the softness come from then?
Is that to be so real about it, like no relationship is perfect, right? And you know, go through stuff and whatever, but I kept thinking in my head, boy, I want my daughter to have what I didn't have. And that's a two-parent home. I didn't have that, you know, because my dad lived overseas, and then when I go by my dad, my mom not there. And when I hear him, you know, so I said, but I don't want that for my daughter. So that's why I want to go so hard.
What would you do differently with your daughter compared to how you was raised, or if you do have?
What I'm trying, it's not really working, but what I'm trying right now is the not so hands-on approach, like to you know, like we Caribbean, so to give licks first. I try to talk. But sometimes I just talk a lot. Them kids they're gonna test your patience. You know? So
you're trying a gentle parenting.
But
they ain't always working out.
That not working.
So speaking about children, you think you can go for another one?
Boy, my daughter's such a handful. The thing of having two of her right now, boy.
You really want a boy?
I want a son. I want a son though, but
how
you just know when you getting a son? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm trying to end up with 10 daughters. You know? You know,
I was just going to ask, when is your limit? What you say? 3 strikes you out?
You know, I used to say I want like 5 kids. I want a lot of kids.
Sound like me.
I used to say I want all boys. I want a basketball team. 5. I start in 5 boys. Yeah, we definitely offer that train now.
How much you see yourself honestly, how much you see yourself getting?
3. I would say 3, but you know, I don't know about all, but I believe in God, and I believe everything is with God's timing. And what He want, they're gonna happen. If I got end up with 10, I hope not, but if I end up with 10, like,
wait together, boy.
let that happen, you know.
Yeah. But that's true. In the Caribbean, it's something that I just talk about on every episode of the podcast. Mental health. How, because it's kind of like a stigma, it's not something that talked about so much, especially in the Caribbean. What you would say in regards to mental health, or we could get out there more, or things that you feel that persons to look into more often? How you feel about mental health in general?
I feel like in the Caribbean, it's not talked about enough. Like, we always, like from small, we've been taught to be tough, toughen up, suck it up, you know, and that ain't always the best way, you know, because people will be dealing with so much. And, you know, like, bullying that's a Caribbean thing.
Yeah.
You know, let me not say it's a Caribbean thing, but we don't do it, it's so overlooked over here, like, we don't just do it. But you never know what somebody dealing with, you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes I'd be in my own head, like, and I'd be thinking, boy, I wonder if I should do this, I wonder if I should do that. I wonder how it was when I did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'd be like, so if I just think like that, I wonder if everybody that think like that.
Yeah.
So maybe just one day you decide to like harass somebody and they're already dealing with so much. That could be just what push them over the edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, because and then also you don't know how to, after you do that, how you gonna live with yourself?
How you gonna live with yourself, right?
Exactly.
You're not gonna be playing your head all the time.
Exactly.
I feel like me as a person, I'm a great listener. So if anybody out there feel like, boy, I going through so much, I want somebody to talk to, but I afraid, like if I talk, I gonna hear it on the road or whatever. I got this trait, right, of mine that I just hear what you say and then forget it right after.
Yeah.
So I can't tell nobody if I don't remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you ever need somebody to talk to, like you reach out, I would rather you sit and talk to me for hours than I got here on the news that, hey, this person took their own life, or, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm really glad that you bring up the teasing and bullying part, because in the Caribbean, I don't even know if I can say in the Caribbean, but you do have sometimes where people will make a joke or like to tease, even as big as you can say adults, they like to tease and bully. And that does happen. It don't only happen in little children, but in adults. And like you say, you have to be mindful of the type of jokes you make, because like you say, can be the tipping over. Yeah. Like sometimes they just say, Caribbean people are the worst people to greet you. Like, you don't see this person a long time. Man, you get fat, man. They asking you how you doing.
If you drop weight, you get skinny.
Yeah. They asking you how you doing or anything, but it's just complimenting on your weight. That's the first thing to see.
Not the first thing.
Instead of asking, hey, how you doing? Or, yeah. So it's really a good thing. That's a form of teasing too. Like, not teasing, but they do have people that make bad jokes in a way. Bad jokes.
Bad jokes, yeah.
Exactly. And like, for example, for men in general, men don't really show emotions. It's something that ain't so easy to tell.
Taught not to show it, right?
Exactly. How you plan to implement that, being a father with your daughter? Let's say in the future, you do get a son. How would you instill that in your son?
Well, like why I tell my daughter now, and why I would tell my kids in the future, is that don't be afraid to be yourself, express yourself. If you need to cry, cry. You know, you need to laugh, like express yourself. Like just wherever you feeling, express it.
Yeah.
Nothing bottle up.
Yeah.
It's all out, you know.
Exactly. I remember you said the last time you cried was the time when for the gender reveal, but you could remember in your mind, and if it's too much, you could say so. You could remember in your mind a time before that you actually cried.
Before the gender reveal.
Yes.
Breakdown, you mean?
Breakdown. Not break. It could be breakdown. It could be cry. It could be like you was frustrated with something.
So my daughter was born in 2020. So it was right before that. My grandmother passed away. So most of you know my mom is Guyanese.
Yeah.
So my grandmother in Guyana, She passed away. I think it was around Boxing Day. It could be Boxing Day or the day after. And you know, my grandmother was telling my mom all the time, yeah, tell Journal reach out, tell him reach out. I ain't hear from him in a while. And I like, man, yeah, man, for sure I can do that, you know. And you know, Christmas time, I came here on vacation and, you know, partying, you know, I wasn't here for like a few years at the time.
Yeah.
And partying, enjoying myself. And my cousin called me. He was like, yeah, you're lineman, man. I said, yeah, lineman with the boys. He like, boy, reach out to grandma, you know. I'm like, yeah, man, for sure I can do that. And I got home, and I think the next morning when I wake up, my mother was like, come say hi to your grandmother. And then when me and my brother we went to the phone, she was dead. Wow. And I was like, boy, child. So but in my head I was like, boy, I didn't see my grandmother in so much years, you know? Mm-hmm. So how I gonna feel? I went to Guyana for the funeral. You know, I had to wake and everything. I didn't cry. And then we went to, when the caskets were leaving, they had to go to the church. Like when it closed, right? Like, it's so hard to describe that feeling. It's like, this is the last time you will ever see this person, you know, like, and I just break down. I break down there, and when I got to the church and stuff, in the front of the church standing up, like, break down again, I was like, boy, like.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, the dying easy, and I think sometimes my playing even in your mind because you're like, I could have reached out, but I keep thinking, you're thinking the person, you're automatically by yourself going to think the person there forever. So is all you're going to think like
just
that.
have more time.
Yeah.
We always just think that we got more time. Yeah, I could do that next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know? But that's something I'm going to live with forever, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, but at least those things is, although it's not the right circumstance to learn something or go, but those times is really teach you certain things.
Yeah.
So
to appreciate people while they're there.
Exactly. You went away to Bonaire. A lot of people just go away, and sometimes it get really tough and type of thing, and you wanna most probably go back to the island and stuff like that. How was the experience going to Bonaire for school and all them different type of stuff?
You know, when I was going away for school, I was supposed to go to Curacao.
Yeah.
But I finished school when I was like 17, I think. And I was like, boy, you know, sometimes it'd be good to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And I honestly wasn't ready to go away yet.
Yeah.
So I got a job. I was working in the terminal with Elvio, Spanner. I was working with him. I stayed working there for like 4 years. And you know, my mom kept reminding me through the whole journey. She was like, hey, remember, you know, you need to finish school.
Yeah.
And I would just say, yeah, for sure. But then I was like, boy, my mom worked so hard for me and 2 jobs and stuff like that. Like, even if you don't want to do it for you, you know, you owe it to her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I went to Bonaire, and that was an experience out of this world. Like, I never had known nothing about Bonaire. You know what I knew about Bonaire? And when you do bad stuff here, they're going to send you to Bonaire. That's all I know. So in my head, I was thinking, salt and prison. That's all.
Yeah.
So, when I got there, it's like I got a culture shock because we don't listen to a lot of soca and dancehall and those type of music over here. And then you get there, and they're not listening to that type of music.
Yeah.
And they're not speaking English.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a Latin culture. It's like, I'm in a whole different world.
Yeah.
You know, and then, so yeah. But I went to school, I learned the language. I used to play softball over here, so I continued doing that over there.
Yeah.
Play basketball. But Bonaire is an island just like here.
Yeah.
You need to make your own fun.
Yeah.
So you gotta go your group, whether you're going to play sports or go fishing or whatever. And after a while, I grew to like it.
Yeah.
At first, it was really boring.
Yeah.
I guess it was boring because you didn't have like much people. Like here, you grow up with people.
Yeah.
So then there, like you say, you gotta make it your own.
Exactly. Why? And ultimately, you decide to become a fireman. Why? How you end up being a fireman itself?
Okay, so I came here for Statia in 2020, I think. And when I came, I heard Parenthood had a wedding. So I was like, boy, I just like to try stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I just like try stuff sometimes. I like, man, I'm gonna apply, see what happened. But I was in exam class at the time though. But I was like, hey, I need to see what happened. And I applied, got called, I did a sports test, interview, everything. I passed everything. But they wanted to send me and Rashid Maduro, they wanted to send us to Sabre. I was like, no, I don't think I want that. I was like, you know, I'm born in Guyana.
Yeah.
But I came here from, maybe I was like 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
Statia is all I know.
Yeah.
Statia is home. So if I plan to come back here to work, it's like I come here. I ain't plan to go Sabre.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, I don't think that's for me. So they was like, you know what, we're gonna keep your name in the list. Maybe when we got the wedding again in a year or two, we could call you back. I came back, I studied electro. You know, I applied for a job by Stuco.
Yeah.
I didn't get through with that.
Yeah.
But you know, when you got kids, and I generally not a lazy person, so I was like, I not gonna come back and sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
So I was working construction, I was cutting yard.
Yeah.
I think you remember, I used to work by Vaughan by the food truck.
Yep.
You know, straight up, right? I a hustler, so
exactly.
I did everything.
That's a true definition of a hustler.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, boy, I heard that they got wedding again by the fire department. So Chief Bennett, Andre Bennett, he saw me on the road. He was like, Mitchell, you had got accepted the last time, right? I said, yeah. He was like, boy, they got the wedding again. I was like, yeah, oh, you want me to apply? So you can send me a Sabre again.
Yeah.
So I was like, I ain't never want to do that. And then the chief at the time, Marvin Dollison, he from St. Martin.
Yeah.
He called me, he was like, yeah, I'm looking through the list, but I don't see a letter. I was like, I didn't send one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, send me a letter, and I sent it, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Wow,
Now I
good.
hear.
Yeah.
And you go to how it is now being a fireman self. How that is it? Something you like, something you think, how you feel about it?
Honestly speaking, right, my expectation and reality is not the same thing. I was thinking when I got into the fire department, boy, it's gonna be like a military base and training every day, and like that type of vibe. But it ain't really like that. You don't have a lot of downtime. We do train, but you don't have a lot of time to yourself.
Yeah.
And it ain't what I expected. You know, you watch shows on TV, you see
Yeah.
so that's, like I build my mind around, okay, that's how it's gonna be. So it ain't like that. But it's a fun job because, you know, like, imagine being at home and getting a call. You don't know what it is. Like, when the guy got lost up in a quill, I think that was
I can remember.
last year or sometime.
Maybe early last year.
Maybe last year or the year before.
Yeah.
I was home and I got a call, no, and I never went to a melding before. So it's like when I get a call, I was like excited. Something big happening. And it was like, yeah, somebody in a quill, or you just need to go and help lift him out because he got broken ribs and whatever. It was definitely not that. When we got there, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It turned into a whole scavenger hunt.
Wow.
Looking for the guy, you know.
Yeah.
So it got like a adrenaline rushed it because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, every time your phone rings, it could be something else. It could be a fire, it could be a car crash, it could be anything.
Yeah. It's kind of you remember that, although you have the visual thing in your mind, you're on stage at the end of the day. And it ain't like so much that's happened for you to really be an active fireman.
But you need them.
Exactly. It's because just when that thing happened, you need to be there.
I remember last year, when they had a fire by the dump.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't even last year, that was a year before, but to end the year, when they had a fire by the dump, when we got there, I was like, the whole island gonna burn down. That's the biggest fire I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, training can't prepare for that.
Yeah.
You know, because like, so much colors and so much things burning, the fire's so big.
Yeah.
I'm like, how on earth we can get us out? You know, got so much questions going through your mind. Like, I leave my daughter home sleeping. And I wonder if I could make it back home.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they got an adrenaline rush to the job. You know?
Oh.
Well, Dice, Shaza B, I want to thank you for coming on the episode. You got any specific thing you want to say to the people before we end the podcast itself?
To those who already heard my music, you know, keep listening. Look out for that project coming out. If you have not yet heard my music, subscribe to my YouTube page. I got a Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok.
Yep.
You know, look out for
Don't put it up.
new music. You can listen to the music out there. Look out for new projects. And yeah.
All the information, we just say everything going to be down in the description box. Probably going to be showing on the screen right now also. Yeah. So you know exactly to follow him on all social media platforms. Thanks again for coming through on the talk.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Like we say on Jacket Imagery, capture the moment. Watch it forever. See you in the next episode. Bless.